In life, we really have two choices. We can either fake it or fuck it. If you have crow's feet, saggy tits, and a pop belly, you may decide to get some plastic surgery and commit to faking it. Or if you're just tired of spending money or achieving unrealistic beauty standards, you might just say, fuck it. The Substance, a blockbuster horror film, works to strike a balance between faking it and fucking it.
This is my week.
Yeah, but it's the Golden Globes, so.
I know, but you have to respect the balance, remember?
If you watched the movie, you pretty much know how it turned out. Elizabeth Sparkle, played by the extraordinary, talented, and beautiful Demi Moore, seesaws back and forth between the younger, more likable version of herself and the older, more refined version. Only the balance is disrupted when the younger version, Sue, takes more than her share. As a result, Elizabeth starts to rot away, and like most great horror films, her greatest fears are realized. She ends up turning into a literal monster. The Substance is a modern-day horror masterpiece because it's a cautionary tale of how fucked up our lives can actually become if we don't stop faking it. I'll explain how and why in this video, so please stay tuned.
I'll make it simple. We need her young. We need her hot. We need her now.
The Ugly Stepsister, another smash body horror film, touches on the dark side of romance and dating. Much like The Substance, it takes on many of the body horror elements that will gross out any movie fans. I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm going to eat peas or string beans again. Anywho, both The Substance and The Ugly Stepsisters are movies about false expectations. And as citizens in a civilized society, we are constantly bombarded with images and messaging of who and what we should be. Then the indoctrination starts and we begin faking it. Elizabeth Sparkle, born with natural beauty, rose to fame as a model, actress, and fitness coach influencer. She is in fact a literal star, beloved by her fans and idolized and admired by her peers. Like any shining star, her light starts to fade when she turns, yes my friends, she turns 50. Now Harvey, played by Dennis Quaid, tells her that she is no longer desirable, and he is going to let her go from her prime slot fitness show.
Renewal, it's inevitable. At 50, well, it stops.
What stops?
Now, this scene is really sad because it also shows how Elizabeth has allowed others to define her. She has allowed others to determine her self-worth. Yet, as opposed to giving Harvey the finger with a graphic "fuck you," which he clearly deserved, she fakes it, shrinking into her seat, feeling very much like the shrimp that he's devouring or the small fly that's drowning in her glass of wine. We see similar themes take place in The Ugly Stepsister, where Avera walks into a doctor's office with the poster "Beauty is Pain" proudly displayed on the wall. This poster is a subtle reminder of the politics of beauty and how women are going to have to endure both physical and emotional pain to pursue it. While Avera experiences extreme physical pain through archaic and often unsanitary procedures, Elizabeth experiences emotional pain of being berated and rejected by Harvey on a day where she's supposed to be celebrated.
Happy birthday! Oh, thank you.
But Avera also misses out on her own "fuck you" moment when Prince Julian flat out rejects her. Instead of these women storming off and saying that they're going to find someone who's going to love them, they buckle down and conform, turning to unconventional methods to please men who literally hate them. Worse, they implode. We see Elizabeth walking down long, empty hallways, or sitting alone in bars, or staring off into space in her empty apartment. Avera has no friends and stuffs her face at night to cope with the pressure of not being pretty enough. The loneliness is palpable in both movies. And much like The Shining, where the isolation causes Jack Torrance to go utterly insane, The loneliness causes Elizabeth to make bad life choices. She gets into a car accident and walks away unscathed. Instead of being joyful and grateful to be alive that she has a second chance at life, she decides to take a black market drug that changes her life. Avera could have just said, fuck it, I'm going to be fat, and maybe then I would have a better relationship with food and men. But instead, she ingests a tapeworm, resulting in her life taking a wicked turn. Both characters resort to faking it to please other people, but by doing this, they start to neglect and inevitably hate themselves.
I can't go back outside for oh. Gross, old, fat, disgusting.
The prettier Avera gets, the nastier she becomes. She tortures her stepsister Agnes, demoting her to maid, tears her dress, and even threatens to hack her to pieces with a butcher's knife. Elizabeth goes down a similar path.
Hi everybody, I'm Sue, and it's time to pump it up. Are you ready? Let's go.
The substance allows her to cycle back and forth between the younger, more vibrant, prettier version of herself, the version that we all know as Sue. While Avera has a tapeworm, robbing her of her decency and her nutrients, Elizabeth has Sue, the highly sexualized version that men approve of. She engages in a spicy workout video that leaves men drooling.
You know, pump it up, you got to pump it up, you know, pump it up, you got to pump it up.
This is especially the case for Harvey, who is over the moon about the show's increased ratings, while Avera and her wicked mother Rebecca clip Agnes's wings, barring her from dance classes and attending Prince Julian's ball. The 7 days off, 7 days on balance between Elizabeth and Sue is disrupted when Sue starts to steal more time.
Has she started yet? Eating away at you.
Sadly, both characters seem to get rewarded for bad behavior. Avera steals the show by becoming the lead dancer, earning the respect of her dance teacher and the admiration of the other students. Sue becomes America's sweetheart. She is asked to host a New Year's Eve gala where she will be the reigning star. Both characters seem to be high on life by conforming and, yes, my friend, faking the front. But sadly, neglecting your true self comes with dire consequences.
But it's the Golden Globes, so.
I know, but you have to respect the balance, remember?
I know, but I was nominated.
Yeah, but so am I.
For Elizabeth, it comes with body parts literally rotting away. First her finger, then a leg, then an entire body that is distorted in monstrous proportions. For Avera, it was losing her hair, throwing up tapeworm eggs, and cutting off her foot to fit a shoe that wasn't designed to fit her feet. Neglect results in self-hate, where we have to become someone else to feel accepted and to be happy.
I can't do this. I need you. Because I hate myself.
In both movies, there are voices of reason. The first one being Alma, Avera's sister, who tells her that she doesn't need to swallow a tapeworm to be super thin. The other is Fred. He is a man who saw Lizzie sparkle as the most beautiful woman in the world.
You're still the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world.
Despite Fred's compliments, Elizabeth can't bring herself to go out on a date with him. Why? Because she doesn't feel as beautiful as he sees her. Worse, she has a terrible addiction. She has an inflated ego that needs flattery and admiration to remain relevant. While Avera needs to eat to satiate her tapeworm, Sue, Elizabeth Sparkle's other half, needs to be worshipped and adored. That's the primary reason why Elizabeth just couldn't terminate her.
Oh no, I can't stop. She just...
Maybe the worst thing about faking it is that you start to lose your grip on reality. After all, the substance is really about the balance between your authentic self and the mask that we all have to wear to survive in mainstream society. What happens if the mask never comes off? What happens if you're always performing? What happens if your true, authentic self endures a sudden and tragic death?
Always smile.
What happens to us if we're not grounded in some form of reality? Well, we become mutations of what we once were. In body horror language, we become monsters. However, there is a triumphant ending in both The Ugly Stepsister and The Substance. Eloise, the monster, finally gets her fuck you moment when she just explodes in mad rage. And in true Carrie-like fashion, everything turns red. After tumbling down the stairs, chipping her tooth and breaking her nose, Avera is truly the ugly stepsister, yet she seems to be smiling through the pain and silently saying fuck you to a beauty standard that never truly appreciated her. Both movies send the subliminal message that you can't always fake it. Sometimes you just gotta say fuck it. So what do you think body horror is about? What do you think The Substance is about? What do you think The Ugly Stepsister is about? Please sound off in the comments below.